is your girl Malika. I am back with another video. You are just getting me in raw form here in my bedroom, but I really wanted to come on and talk about this because this is really important, and it's an integral aspect of the self-love journey. And for those of you that don't know me, I am a multi-dimensional and multi-talented individual, and that's just how I'm going to describe myself from now on. But I'm definitely a self-love advocate. I believe in self-development, spirituality, getting to know yourself better, ascension, consciousness, activism, social justice. The list goes on, really. But on this channel, I have definitely been an advocate for self-love, and what I am about to tell you is so integral to the self-love journey, and it's radical honesty, like radical honesty. And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by being radically honest with yourself, because if you're not radically honest with yourself during this journey, it's going to stunt your growth at times, and it's going to keep you held back from moving to the next level and the next level after that. And those next levels can be anything, but it's just going to stop you from moving to the next level in your journey. So what I mean by being radically honest has a lot to do with your emotions. So for example, let's just say that you are out of a relationship of the romantic type. It doesn't matter how long. We'll just say that you left a relationship and you've been healing, because healing is a part of the self-love journey. It's not all it's about, but it's a part of it usually, because most people come into the journey needing to do some type of healing. But we'll just say that you're on that. And as I've told you many times, healing is not linear, meaning it's up and down. It's comes and it goes sometimes. There's levels to it, is what I mean. Especially if it's deep rooted. If it's deep rooted, there can be levels to it. So we'll just say you're out that relationship, you're healing from it, blah blah blah, and maybe you thought that you've healed it or whatever, and there's some thoughts and stuff, that some emotions that start to come back up about it or whatever, and you keep trying to push them down or push them away, not acknowledge them. And this could really be in any aspect of your life, but we'll talk about relationships because oftentimes relationships are what thrust us into the self-love journey. So you have these emotions and these things, and you keep pushing them down, then they come up through your dreams and whatever, and they come out in outbursts. They could come out in anger, excessive crying, anxiety, whatever. And it's because there's a truth that needs to occur. There's a truth that needs to happen. You need to allow these emotions, this honesty, to come up, and you need to acknowledge it and release it. Allow it to be released, however it's needing to be released, of course in a healthy manner. So an example would be, again, you're out of a relationship, whatever. We'll just say that you're having these thoughts. Maybe you didn't get closure, or you was not able to process the way in which a relationship ended, or you're mad at maybe a behavior pattern that you displayed in the relationship, and you're not really fully allowing those emotions to come up, and you're not being honest with yourself about how you feel about yourself or that situation that occurred or that other person. And for example, we'll just say maybe you still love your ex or whatever, and you're not being honest with yourself. You're like, no, I shouldn't be doing that. I know that that relationship was toxic. We weren't good for each other. We both displayed toxic behaviors, whatever. And you're denying it because it's something you feel ashamed of. It's something that you feel disgusted by. It's something that you feel cringy about. And you just feel like, because there's sometimes when we get on these journeys, we think, I shouldn't be feeling this way. I shouldn't be I know better than this now. I don't want to be in a toxic relationship, blah, 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 whatever. Mind you, this is just an example. It doesn't have to be a relationship. But just because you feel like you shouldn't be displaying that emotion or that having that thought or that belief doesn't mean that's not how you feel. And the key is to be honest. So your task is to be honest with yourself. No matter if you feel cringy, no matter if you feel disgusted or ashamed that you still feel that way or whatever the case may be. You have to be with yourself, maybe in the quiet of meditation, in a safe environment. You have to say, I'll just say, Malika, you still love X, Y, and Z, or Malika, I can't believe I acted that way, or Malika, I can't believe I put myself in that situation. You take ownership of that. And when you take ownership with that, it allows for your heart to begin the process of truly healing that thing. So it's out in the open. That's why it's called radical honesty. It takes away the denial. It gives you responsibility for what is taking place. And if you meditate on it, maybe not in that moment, but later on after you've kind of released it and went through that process, if you meditate on it and you will realize that it was actually brave of you to be honest in that way, and that you can be, what am I trying to say? You're in a place of authenticity now because you're not lying to yourself. You're not pushing things away. It is actually an act of self-love to be radically honest with ourselves and just say what it is that we feel. Stop worrying about how others may feel about it or how society feels, whatever that is, even yourself, because oftentimes we are our biggest critics. We are judging ourselves so harshly. We are lacking the ability to give ourselves the same compassion and gentleness and kindness that we would the common person that we care about or a stranger out on the street. Why is it that you can give it to other people, but you can't give it to yourself? So you have to give this to yourself, okay? And I promise you, the world is not ending because you're having these emotions. Your life is not over. What source is trying to get you to do, what your body is trying to get you to do, what your heart is trying to get you to do is to acknowledge that it's there so that healing, so that honesty can take place, so that there is that exchange, because it's like that video that I posted last week. It's an act of self-love to listen to your heart. Listen to what is coming up in your emotional life. Be there and be present. It is tough. Sometimes we don't want to admit these things to ourselves because, again, the shame, the disgust, the disgust, the cringy, ugh, I can't believe I'm still there, or whatever that is. It's okay. It's okay. The only person that's judging you really is you. And if you flip that around and you give yourself that compassion and that love and that gentleness and reparent yourself and just be like, it's okay. Wada, wada, wada. La, 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 la. Like going back to that example I gave, say it is your relationship and you're just being like, I still have feelings for this person, and that is my truth. You just have to say it. I still have feelings for this person. That is my truth. That doesn't mean you have to get back with them. That doesn't mean you got to go and call them and confess. And that doesn't mean that. That means I'm being honest with myself so I can move beyond this and see how can I begin to work past this feeling? How can I move beyond that? The answers will come to you. I promise you. It's about just being in that moment and just pushing that shame away, lifting the veil, being in that moment, finding that calm within that storm, that wave of honesty and those emotions, and just being like, you know what, this is my truth. This is my truth right here in this moment. And you look at that shame and that disgust and that cringiness or that sadness and that sorrow in the face, and you say, I know that you have those feelings behind what my honest truth is, but this is what it is. And you'll slowly feel it. Slowly feel it dissipate. It'll go away and you'll start to feel calm, and your heart will start to feel centered, and your sacral chakra will begin to feel more balanced because you finally just said the truth. So I hope that you got something out of this video. This was laid on my heart because I recently have gone through this situation myself, and honestly, being honest was the best thing that I could do for myself, and just showing myself love and compassion. After I was honest, I felt so much peacefuller, and I felt so much calmer and able to just be like, this is my truth. And I said it over and over again to myself until the point where I was just calm. Because admitting to ourselves the truth allows for the space of healing. It allows for the space of epiphanies and all of that stuff, that self-development stuff, that spiritual stuff, that heart-centered stuff to come up and just kiss us with our next steps in the journey. Okay? And yeah, I just wanted to share that. I hope it helped. I hope you guys really understand what I'm saying with this, because I think sometimes we think if we're honest about how we truly are feeling in that moment, whatever emotion it is, whatever truth it is, whatever situation it has to do with, I think we think the world is going to end, our worlds are going to come crumbling down or whatever. No, it's just going to release you from the ugly feelings that you have, the shame, the guilt, the sadness, the sorrow, the da. So anyways, that's what I have for you. If you want to support the channel, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. I do have available a self-love course that you can take. Lots of perks available with that course. If you're interested, you could purchase a personal tarot reading. I do self-development and shadow work readings and general readings, which could be about love, career, or overall general questions that you have, excluding legal and health questions. You can find all that on my website, thealignedlifewithmalika.com. Again, I hope you join the family. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, comment down below. I love hearing from you. If you have anything that can add to this discussion, leave it in the comments down below. And you can follow me on social media. All the links are in my description box. As always, peace and love. Bye.